Joining me now, Republican Congressman Todd Rokita, a freshman member of the House Budget Committee. Good morning. Good to see you.
Hey, Chris.
So we know Republicans have said an unequivocal no to higher taxes. The president very clear he doesn't want to privatize Medicare. Is there common ground somewhere, Congressman?
Well, there should be, and the Republicans are more along the lines of the Bipartisan Fiscal Commission that made these recommendations. We want tax reform. We want to do it in a revenue-neutral manner. We want to broaden the tax base so all of us are paying in, and we're also looking forward to reforming the system for these ridiculous loopholes that are in there now need to be fixed.
Well,
so
he called
for
closing many of these loopholes. That's part of the president's plan. He also says in this economy, shouldn't those who are making in the millions of dollars be putting in more and not be looking at tax breaks?
And Chris, absolutely not. The federal government confiscates from the American people at different levels 25% of everything this country makes and produces. Washington does not have a revenue shortage problem. It has a spending problem. We're already taking a quarter of what this country makes, and that is too much.
I know that's a talking point. I've heard it from every Republican, the whole revenue spending thing. But when I read independent economists' analysis, they say you need to do both.
I don't think so. Why would you? The people that create jobs in this country shouldn't be the ones that we take from. We should allow them to create. The entrepreneurs, the innovators. That's going to raise the tide of all ships. Again, we have too much revenue as it is. We spend too much. And our proposal broadens the tax base. It's a revenue neutral. We're not giving anyone breaks. We're just making it more uniform so that it's more fair for everybody. And we also, for those that are getting rich off these tax loopholes, we want to close those down. That's where we agree with the president. I think it's a good idea.
Well, you wrote a piece in The Hill, and you made this point. I'm going to quote you. Even if we completely eliminated the Department of Defense, Congress, its staff, and all federal agencies, we wouldn't come close to solving the debt crisis. So what are your priorities? Where is there real room for compromise and to cut?
Look, the time for compromising and political gamesmanship is over. The only way we're going to win the future, as the president wants to, is to get at what's driving our debt. And you could have no Defense Department, we could recall all the wars, we can do all that, and we wouldn't get at what's driving our debt. And these are the social entitlement programs of Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. And the reason they're driving our debt is because reckless politicians who stood here before me and this freshman class made promises to the American people that can't possibly be fulfilled. And someone has to be an adult about it and say, look, we have got to live within our means again, and that includes the promises that have been made for folks in the future. If we act now, the good thing is, Chris, if we act now, we don't have to affect any of the seniors that are on these programs now. And the president was disingenuous when he said that we were trying to hurt seniors. We're talking about people who 10 years from now will be seniors, and we're going to give them a better plan. A plan that brings down the cost of the federal government and it makes sure these programs are saved for those who are going to rely on them in the future.
Whether or not that is indeed a better plan is going to be one of the key debates we're going to hear going forward. Congressman Rokita, thanks so much.
Thanks, Chris.
And coming up, Democratic Congressman Raul Grijalva lays out the